So we're going to see the upcoming film 13, the musical, which is actually based on the Broadway by Jason Robert Brown.
Yeah.
For those who aren't familiar with the production, can you tell a bit about the premises of the film?
Well, like you said, it was a Broadway show that's now being adapted into a Netflix film. But
Mhm.
it starts on Evan Goldman. He's this kid who has this life and friends and family who are
Mhm.
all in New York. And then his parents split up. So, right around the time of his bar mitzvah, so he's distraught that he can't have his bar mitzvah in New York with all of his friends. And they move to Indiana, and that's where he meets me and a bunch of other kids, 13 other kids.
So
That's
is
where
that
he,
why it's called 13?
yeah,
I
a
imagine.
little
Okay.
bit. And that's where he meets me and a bunch of other kids. And his primary goal is to make us go to his bar mitzvah. And we go through the ups and downs of the story and how he conquers the roadblocks that he faces.
Okay. And he said he meets you there. Can you how would you describe your character, Eddie?
Yeah, I would say Eddie is more of a foundation for his friend group.
Mhm.
It's a trio of friends: Brett, Malcolm, and Eddie. And me and Malcolm, of course. We coach Brett through his girl problems. I have a couple friends like that in real life, so
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't too hard getting into character. And we're just there for Brett whenever he needs us, and being true great friends.
Mhm. It's so funny because a lot of times you see these films about like high school and finding your footing there, but this is based on a 12-year going to his
Yeah,
becoming a teenager, right? So
yeah.
did you draw inspiration from like as your own experiences and your own friends, like as you just mentioned, to prepare for the role?
Absolutely. I feel like anything that relates to like high school or like coming of age or going into a different stage in your life is relatable for anyone because
Mhm.
we've all experienced it. So for me, preparing for the role, it was more of taking things from my real life and
Mhm.
applying it to the film.
Yeah, yes, that's great.
Yeah.
And then when you first were approached about this film, 13, the musical, or how did you feel? Or was this an audition for you? Or how did it come about?
Yeah, it was a self-tape audition. At the time, I was on Just Roll With It on Disney Channel. So I
Mhm.
did the audition. I forgot about it. And 3 months later, they came back with a callback. But
Mhm.
I wasn't really sure what the project was at the time. But
Mhm.
as I got further through the self-tape audition process, it was all through Zoom. And once I got towards the chemistry reads and things of that
Mhm.
nature, that's when I started to figure out what 13 was and what they're trying to make it.
Oh, wow. All through Zoom. Wow.
Yeah, all through Zoom. Yeah.
I mean, that's like the life that we're living these days. Look at us right now,
Yeah.
chatting through our Zooms and different
Right.
locations,
That's
I'm
what I was
sure. Um,
right.
so I find that with a lot of adaptations, like a film adaptation, especially whether they're from books or theater, there's always going to be a comparison to the
Yeah.
original, right? How does this film 13 the musical compare to that of the theater version?
Well, for one, I was unable to see it in theaters because I
Mhm.
was a baby. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I would say that Jason Robert Brown and Robert Horn and Miss Tamra
Mhm.
Davis, they
Mhm.
tried to stay true to what was performed on stage.
Mhm. And speaking of Tamara Davis, the director of the film,
Yeah.
what advice did she give you during filming that you really took to heart?
What advice did she give me? She truly just told me to stay true to who this character was. So whoever
Mhm.
I wanted Eddie to be, she
Mhm.
wanted me to stay true and as authentic as I could to my character.
Which is really, really, really good advice. I mean,
Yes,
that's like
absolutely.
the heart of it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
For any
and
character, I would say.
I've seen some previous videos of you singing, so you have some
Mhm.
singing chops there. You had to really hit this really high, the highest of notes for this film. How
Yeah.
did you vocally prepare for this?
It was strenuous, I will tell you. As soon as I got to Canada, so we could start filming,
Mhm.
my voice just changed out of nowhere. And
Oh, no.
the way we did it was we recorded the songs first, and then we filmed after.
Mhm.
And I had to go through countless vocal lessons, trying to hit this note as many times as I could.
Wow.
Yeah, as safe. as possible for my voice. So it was definitely a mental battle at the end of the day, because you know a lot of people would say it comes down to technique, but at the end of the day, I feel like it was something in my mind that was stopping myself from hitting it. And once I got past that, I was so happy. It was probably one of the happiest moments.
I really have to see. I mean, I can't wait to hear this because I've seen, like I said, I've seen some videos of you singing. You really can sing, but I'm sure this note is like right. So
it's up there. Yeah, I can't hit it anymore. I'll tell you that.
So we can't wait to see that. The film, the musical itself has some mixture of funny and dramatic moments.
Yeah.
What was your favorite scene to film from 13 the musical, and why?
Well, besides
without spoilers, I guess, because everyone kind of knows well, people know of the theater production, so it's not much spoilers, I guess, there. But what was your favorite like scene?
Well, of course, besides Bad News, the dance number that's for Malcolm and Eddie, I would say probably the theater scene when we get caught by our parents. I just found that scene to be super funny. There's some definitely fun comedic bits that I got to add into there, and I had a really fun time shooting it.
Oh, great. Yeah. Were you familiar with your cast as before you started filming, or?
I wouldn't say I was familiar with them. Some individuals in the cast I knew of, but once we got there, we were there for so long working on this all together, trying to this film the best we possibly could. We all became like a little tight family, and we were going through the same issues at the same time. You know.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah. So it's like when you're actually that tight knit when you start filming, and it makes the film that much more authentic. You know, the acting and everything. So the film comes out on Netflix in about a month. I think it's like August 12th, right?
Yeah, that's great.
What do you hope audiences will take away from seeing 13 the musical?
I just really want them to come away with a feeling of unity, you know, because I would say the diversity and also the unity that we show in this film is unlike any other.
Great. I would look forward to it. I mean, it's a great platform too, Netflix. I mean, everyone's going to catch this film.
Absolutely.
So we're very excited for that film, but just going back to now yourself. So you started in the entertainment industry quite young in the Broadway's Lion King. And then some series after that, Disney and so forth. Did you always know that you wanted to go into acting?
I never really knew that that's what I wanted to do. I just knew that I loved entertaining. So it just once upon a time, a day came and my mom was like, hey, I got something that I want you to audition for. And it was a talent conference. It was 2 talent conferences. And I decided to go with one of those. And that's really where my career just kicked off, you know.
Well, very glad, because I mean, I think you have a long career ahead of you. I speak to a lot of young actors and actresses, and it just seems like I'm so blown away by the amount of talent that's out there now. I mean, and that's I really enjoy speaking to everybody because it's just kind of a different, fresh perspective, you know, also in the business, I think. So we look forward to seeing a lot more things. So I just have to ask too, it's like you have a musical background as well, because like I said, you were in the Broadway Lion King and then this musical now. And do you have a musical background or?
Musical background, I always sang in church, of course. I was always supported by family. I would always sing when I was like younger. I think my song was This Little Light of Mine. So I would make my whole family sing it over and over until I fell asleep. Yeah. But other than that, it wasn't professional. Like I said, I just went to this talent conference where they coached me and refined my skills. And from there, it was just all experience from working.
Yeah, and so you have a knack for it, because I think that Disney series you did, that Just Roll With It, very impromptu, very like, so I think that you have a natural ability, so that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
So now that you've done 2 musicals, Broadway's The Lion King, and this upcoming film 13 the musical, can we see you going back into theater or doing more musicals again soon?
I would love to get back on the stage. Just the vibe, the lifestyle of it all. I love it. I'm in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been on the stage in a very long time. So if there is ever an opportunity
Mm-hmm.
that comes about in the next couple of months or couple of years for me to be back on the stage, I will definitely be back up there.
Great. We will welcome, I'm here in New York, so we'll welcome you to
Oh,
Broadway.
yes. I
You know?
love it. I love it.
Actually, I think I might have seen you because I saw The Lion King around the time that you were in it. So I
Oh, really?
might have seen you in that
Okay.
production. Because I think it was like 2018.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I did see it around that time, so I might have seen you.
You might have seen me then. Yeah.
So we'll welcome you back, right back to Broadway.
Please do, please do.
Now that this film is wrapped up and it's releasing soon, what's next for you? Anything that you can share about upcoming projects or things you're looking into?
Well, nothing in particular that I can share right now. But what I do have, I have a new podcast that is actually an episode dropping today at 12. Okay. But I have a new podcast that I've been doing called A Rare Moment with Ramon Reed. So you can get that on all listening platforms and YouTube. But other than that, working on a lot of projects that, of course, are undisclosed, but I can't wait to share them with everyone.
Well, we're excited to hear that there's projects.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we'll definitely have our viewers check out your podcast for sure.
Please do.
Yes. Yeah. And then what would you like to, I guess, to say to all your fans, anyone who supports your work, and do you have any message for them that you'd like to share?
I just want to share my gratitude. Thank you, for supporting me, for being with me, for supporting my antics. You guys have become like a little part of my family, especially if you follow me on Instagram. I get a little crazy over there and just post anything that comes to my mind. So yeah, just thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for joining us at Starry Mag. We definitely enjoy speaking to you. We look forward to the film, 13 the Musical, hearing your high notes. And good luck for everything else in the future, Ramon.
Thank you.
All right, have a great one.
All right, you as well. Bye-bye.